Hello, guys. Welcome back to Football United TV. This is Gunners from All Corners, the show where we say Arsenal in multiple different accents. I'm here with three of my good friends. I'll introduce you guys right after the intro. And we're back. Okay, let's chat some Arsenal. Gunners from All Corners hasn't happened in a while, so I'm glad we're back here, and I'm here with three of my favorite people. Starting with royalty in the house. Back after a while. King Said, how are you doing, my good friend?
I'm good. I'm good. It's nice to be back. I haven't been on the show for a while, so it's going to be an interesting show. I'm sure Steven has a lot to say about the new contract.
He does. He
What's
does.
this got to do with?
Okay. Well, Steven, how are you? Don't start the conversation yet. How are you, my man?
I'm good. I'm just loving how everyone's looking at me for all the drama here. But there you go. If you want drama, I'll bring drama. But there you go.
No, no,
Like,
no, no,
but
no. No
no,
one's
but then,
asking for drama.
but then,
No.
but then, Marley, you should be the drama queen. Like you be doing, like you do the acting, don't you?
I am an actor. I'm trying to be. Yeah. I'm pretending to like all of you guys for a long time now, so like something I'm
Yeah, we
doing
never
works
liked you.
that.
We never liked you anyway. So there we are.
Yeah, but I know that. You guys thought I liked you. It's different. Right. Cousin, how are you, man?
Not too bad, cousin. You?
Doing well. Doing well. Thank you for asking.
Good.
Dead, as I have been for a long time. Right. Let's talk some Arsenal, right? Like it
You're
should be
dead.
it should be like it should be a good moment to talk about the club overall for everyone, but then some big news happened today that's quite polarizing. It's very dividing for the fan base. Before I get to that, very lovely comment from a very lovely guy. Thank you for that. Smash the like button. It's going to be a good show. I I agree and hope so. Let's get going. Let's get to the first theme. It's a very obvious one. 3 more years of Mikel Arteta. How, which by the way doesn't mean he's gonna stay here for another 3 years, but right, like it definitely means he's gonna be here next season, and that he has like some fat to burn. It's not like he's gonna get the sack if he loses the first game or two next season, and it saves us, like it protects us from him going somewhere else if that were to happen eventually. King Said,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on the renewal? Do you feel like it was well deserved? Are you happy with it? What are your thoughts?
First of all, I've been saying for months that the club will renew with him. I thought this was probably a done deal, and they were just looking for the best time to announce it. I think they
Yeah.
probably wanted to announce it earlier, but then we had those three losses in a row, so they probably waited, and then obviously we won three in a row,
Yeah.
and they probably felt like this is the best opportunity to do it because at the end of the day, they probably don't want to risk because we can still not get Champions League, and then
Yeah.
everybody's mood would be a bit down, and then it's going to be a divided fan base again, and people going to slander the club and all of that. But I think overall, Mikel Arteta's period at Arsenal is like, is you can look at it two ways. You can look at it like a half empty cup or half full cup. So you can look at it as like, oh, he's finished he's bottled it in the Europa League and all of that. And you can also look at it that in 2.5 years, he's won one trophy and he's on the verdict to take us back to the Champions League for the first time for like 5 or 6 years. And he's doing it with a young team, a young squad. The match going fan base are united. They're happy. It's a good atmosphere around matches and around the club. And overall, if they believe that he's the right manager, like the owners, if they believe that he is the manager, then surely they have to renew with him now so that they can go on and sign the players they want to sign this summer. Because we don't want another summer where players are coming in late August or first week in September and we've already played 2-3 games because players doesn't know who's the Arsenal manager. Or you say you want me to sign for you, but you might leave in a few months, you know. And those things happens, you know. Agents ask those questions, players ask those questions. Some of the players that we want to renew with, they may be like, "Nah, we want to wait because you yourself you haven't renewed." So as much as we might look at it like, "Oh, it's underwhelming, another 3 more years," managers are easy to sack. I've always said it. It's not like players. Like if he renews now and the start of the season he lost 5-6 games out of the first 10, he might be sacked, you know, and they move on. But at least for now, the pressure is off his shoulder, so there's no excuses for him to not be able to perform. So he can't say that, but it was uncertainty, I didn't know if I was going to stay. Now it's all up to him to show that he deserved this, you know, because hindsight is a beautiful thing. But for me now, I want to see him show what is he about. And I also want to see from the club a backing. You choose the manager, you renew with the manager, back him with more money, better players, and let's see where we end up.
That's like I couldn't have said it better myself. I would have said it a lot worse. I loved it. Great response.
Cheers.
Steven, did you not like anything you heard from the king here?
No, there's parts I agree with. I mean, like for me, I would get it if you finish fourth or you've got top four. Then I would. Then I knew that the deal was done. Like everyone, as soon as it
Yeah.
was mentioned of him signing a new deal,
Mhm.
everyone was going to sign a new deal no matter what was going on. Like I bet he could even finish eighth again. He would still got a new deal. Um, yeah, I mean, I know what this board are so in love with this manager, right? And they're so backing of this manager that they're gonna give him that time.
I think we needed at
Um,
least six
nah.
to for him to
Well,
get a new juice.
you know what? The fact is, and I just said this to you earlier off stream, Marley, is that the actual board have really actually revealed what their target was all along, because they've done it the game after we've confirmed we're going to get minimum of sixth, right? So that means the original target was getting into Europa League, right? That was the minimal target. Now he's achieved that. Then now announced this 3-year contract saying, "Well done, Arteta, you've achieved our target." Right, right, and but the funny thing is, our fan base don't even know it, right? They don't even realize it. They still think there wasn't even a target set. So that's how I see it. And then also, you finished eighth twice, 2 times, right? The second time you knocked us out of Europe, right? You knocked us out of Europe. When, to be honest, you should have won the tournament. That would have kept us in it, and would have got us into the Champions League. So, like, for me, with the amount of money that's been spent on the manager overall, not just this season, there's not been real progression for me. Not compared to when people. This is the thing as well, is that people love to compare it to Klopp when it suits them, right? And what happened with Liverpool when it suits them. When it doesn't suit them, they say it's not powerful, you can't do it. Well, since they have been doing it. I will compare it to them. Right? Klopp in his first half season got to the Europa League final and got by eighth, right? The second season he got fourth. The third season he got fourth because he was still building the squad, right? The fourth season he got second, and the next one he got first. And don't forget, the second when he finished second, he won the Champions League, right? When he finished fourth in the year before, he won the He was in the Champions League final, right? So put all that together, that is real progression. That is proper progression, especially with the amount of money that Arsenal was spent on this manager. Liverpool hadn't even spent that much, right? And that was even before they finished second. Before they finished second, they didn't even finish. They didn't even spend that much, right? Because they still had Coutinho there. It was once they got rid of Coutinho, they then spent that money on Alisson and Van Dijk. But yet we have no assets to do that. So we've actually had to spend our own money, right, on our players. So for me, it's not well deserved. I still think you give me an option, I'll take this. This is for me. It's just because the board have backed him so far, and they're gonna look stupid not to back him now. Especially if he gets top four. I've already said next season if he gets top four, it's always been a dream of mine to go to at least one Champions League game, especially with my health at the minute. So I'll take that opportunity. And two, let's see if he's good enough. And we got to a semi-final with what everyone says is a worse squad than ours, right? So
that was his competition.
Oh no, that was Europa League. Was
Oh,
his
you're
competition.
talking about Villarreal right now. Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about Villarreal, mate. So
Yeah,
if
but
that's
he's
if
a
that's
cup
if
manager.
if that's the case, then let's see if he can do it. Let's see if he can go as far as he can, right? And with also that, I expect him to get top four again, right? Or top four, get us out of the group stage because it's going to be a tough group. If he gets out of the group stage, it's going to be an achievement because we're not going to be in an easy group because we've been out of it so long. And win a trophy, right? That's my taxi, by the way. It's come to me hospital again. So, but yeah. So that's my whole stance on the manager. But if you give me the option, I'd take. There's a load of managers I'd take right now. If Arsenal actually showed any real ambition, they would go and get these elite managers that would actually compete with Klopp, compete with Pep, right?
Okay.
But they won't do it.
Yeah. Yo, fair play. Nothing wrong with what you just said. I think Saeed said it himself, and like a lot of people take it glass half full. A lot of people take it glass half empty, and
Mine's
I
more
understand both
three-quarters.
sides.
Mine's more three quarters empty.
All right, fair enough. Anthony, what side of the conversation are you on?
Do you know what? I was having a good day today, and I was at work. Everything was going fine.
Away from the
then-
missus.
Ping! It come up on my phone that Arteta signed a 3-year deal. So it was like it sucked the life and the energy out of me. And I was on top of a roof at the time. And
Why?
for the
Why
love
would you bring
for the
that
love
up?
of me, I don't know why they offered it to him now. It's too early to offer it to him now. And I got to be honest with you. You know me. I'm not Arteta in. It's like Arteta to me is like a genital wart on the end of my willy that I can't get rid of. It is really. I just want him gone.
I'm sorry. That beats Pep's bitch earlier. I'm sorry.
Right. That is. It is. I just. He's not the man. I don't get me wrong. He could most probably aim for a top 4, but let's be honest. The only reason why we're like this, like in this position of the table, is because Man United has done poor. They're doing poor. West Ham, they've slacked. You know, they've gone down the table, and Tottenham are they're the only ones that can most probably get 4th. But then again, I look at Chelsea in 3rd.
Leicester.
I think is it only a point?
There's 4
It's
points,
two.
I believe.
No, I think it's 2.
Leicester.
2 points. It's 2 points, isn't it?
Let me
What?
check.
The gap
quick.
between us and them.
Arsenal and Chelsea.
3
Yeah.
points.
No, 3 points.
3 points.
Yeah, it's 3 points. We're on
3
63 points, then 66. Spurs is on 61.
Don't forget Leicester as well, Anthony.
Leicester.
Yeah,
They
like
were there
they
last
bottled
season.
it this season. I think
Oh
that was
got
the-
it.
yeah. But unfortunately, because that's my philosophy of art. Don't get me wrong. I think Arteta could be a good manager, but in another team. To me, a manager is a good CV. Arteta has got all right. He's won one trophy. I'm not counting the Community Shield. That's not a trophy. That is a shield, right? So
Exactly.
what I'm saying is he's won one trophy. Okay, I know he's only been there for like almost 3 seasons. That's like one cup every 3 seasons. But I gotta be honest with you, it depends who he gets in next season if we do finish fourth, because I've already told Stephen this. He's only got 100 million to spend next season, and that's a fact.
Uh,
So with this
I
100
wouldn't.
million, who is he
Is
going to
that
get in? Because
What's
we
Anthony?
got a name for we got a name. We got to bring in at least 4 players from 4 different positions. All
But is
right.
that with players
and that,
sold
one
or
second,
not players
because
sold? The 100 million.
Stephen was
and
very polite, raising his fingers and hands there. So yeah,
Anthony,
go ahead.
there's so many. 1 minute it was 180 million, so and next minute it was 100 million. So, like, they could like unless and there could be reliable sources, but still they can still get things very wrong. So
Yeah.
we never really know when we're going into a transfer how much Arsenal we're gonna willing to spend. We really don't know. And sometimes we've said they're gonna have 150 million to spend, and they're actually gonna spend even more or even more than that. So we don't know
Trouble
until
is though,
actually.
I believe it's 100 million because he was given 150 million to spend in the beginning part of this season, and
Yeah,
that's the
but he's
most
gonna
Arsenal's.
is yeah, but he's gonna have 100 million that he was already gonna have to spend either way, bitch, because they didn't spend anything in January. Plus they're gonna get Champions League money as well, so that's another 100 mil on top of that. So which they couldn't have been certain when they said that they're gonna have 150 mil to spend when they announced it in January. They 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 could have been certain they were going to get an extra 100 mil from the Champions League. They couldn't have been certain on that at all. So, like, they could have an extra 100 mil to spend on top of that. So, we don't actually know until it happens. The only thing I'd actually say is that I get how Anthony was feeling. Like, I spent overnight in hospital. Nearly fell like overnight in hospital, like last night. And then when I got when the notification turned up on my phone, right, all the news came out on my phone that they signed a new 3-year deal. I nearly had to call a fucking ambulance to get us back in the hospitals ASAP, because I must have felt I needed my body temperature they're completely checking just to make sure Arsenal are not trying to kill me uh,
All right,
with
Saeed,
the
what
shot.
did you have to say?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I hear what Anthony and Stephen are saying, and I used to be on that mode when, especially last year, but I decided this year that I'm not gonna let Arsenal have that impact on my life, because what happened is that when I become angry, when I become disappointed at the club, it affects my relationship towards the people that I love, and it's not fair on them. They didn't decide for me to support Arsenal, so
To be
my
to be fair,
relationship.
to be
Let him
fair,
finish. Let him
so
finish.
sorry, sorry.
Yeah,
Go
so
ahead. Go
like
ahead, Saeed.
my relationship with Arsenal, I don't want it to affect my private life, because we all love Arsenal. We all want Arsenal to be great. We want them to compete and win titles. But I've just realized that as long as these owners are here, I'm not gonna walk around and dream that we're gonna win the title, because I don't think they will ever win us a Premier League title, because I don't think they want to win a Premier League title. And what I mean by want, it's like it's not the be end and all for them to win the Premier League. If we win it, yeah, great. But if we don't win it, as long as they are making business and the clubs is growing as a profit, the PR is going, sales chart is going up, we're getting Champions League money, we're getting good sponsorship deals, and we are getting a domestic trophy every 2, 3, 4 years. I think they will be more than happy with that.
Yeah.
I won't be happy with that, but I'm not gonna let it affect me as it used to, because it's so it's boring to go around and be angry and irritated. And I used to have all these negative feelings towards Arteta, and I can't get bothered anymore. Honestly, Arsenal have done that to me. I can't get that bothered anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know if it
Steven?
makes sense, but
To be fair,
It does. It does. I
To
fully
be,
get it.
to be fair, like I think you've known me for a while now. Is that like especially this season, like after what happened last season, it's more if everyone knows I've got two. Like obviously I've got two channels. I've got one for the F1 and one for the football, and everyone knows at the moment if they all collided on the same day or the same time, I'm choosing the F1 straight away because that has a more benefit and better impact in my life than the football, right? And it doesn't get me down as much, and it's more entertaining actually. But two, like if I watch Arsenal, yeah, I'll get frustrated, I'll get angry during a game because that's just passion. That's just getting in the game. You're always gonna have that passion, that anger, and no matter what, right? And if we lose, I'll react for about probably 5 minutes in a match reaction. But even during the match reaction, even if it's straight after, match reaction straight after, sorry, I'd have that 5 minute reaction, and then that would be it. I'll be done, dusted, finished. I'll be over it, right? Because it's like for me, with the way my health is, I don't know how much more like how long time I've got. So
Shut up.
no. I don't know. That's being serious. Like you never know what like is what can easily happen. Something could easily happen. So like it's you've got to just sort of it's frustrating, but there's so many other things I need to focus on and worry about, and I've got so many other things to worry about that I don't make it a problem. So that's basically saying is that it doesn't affect me as much as it used to before. Used to get really angry and before that, but now after a 5 minute run on at the start of a match reaction, that's about it. But it's only if it's straight after the game. If it's an hour into the if it's an hour after or 2 hours after, you don't actually see me reacting that badly. I think the only time it's been that bad after like an hour or two was when we lost to Villarreal and we got knocked out and had that reaction the next morning. So, which by the way, I could have clipped actually. So there you go. It was
I
about
don't know.
5-10 minutes.
I don't know what happened to cousin. Oh,
yeah.
there he is. He's
back.
back. No,
Yes, he's
it's
back.
crucial. It's crucial that we don't let football ruin our lives, right? And we support a very frustrating club, but guys, we should still feel like we have more fun than most fans worldwide, right? Like we're still like, even when we finish eighth, like we're in the better half of one of the best leagues in the world. Like we're not playing championship football, nothing like that. But Steven, don't like all of us could go the next day. Anthony could trip over his 12-inch penis and hit his head and die. Like it's not like it's like
That
anything
almost
could
happened
happen.
last week.
There
Oh,
it is.
blimey.
But he survived. But he survived.
Yeah.
So don't bring that up, mate. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be with us for a very long time, like many
Yeah.
years.
Of course you are,
So,
Stephen.
whining about
You'll be here.
Arsenal
You'll be here for a long time.
for a long time, mate.
You definitely will
Thanks,
be,
guys.
Steve.
But
You will
adding
be.
adding
And
to
you'll be getting
Saeed's
laid.
point, okay. It was a mistake to make the penis joke. I don't know why I did that. Okay. Moving on. I just adding to Saeed's point. I feel like a lot of people not only like letting it affect their personal lives and all of that, which of course like it's the worst thing that can happen, right? But I feel like with the amount of anger and spite that gets involved when talking about football and all that, a lot of people are spiteful against Arteta. They are. And when it gets to that point, I feel like it begins to blind people in a couple of aspects, right?
I
Like
don't agree.
it's that whole not
Mm.
necessarily you, Stephen. Not necessarily
No,
you.
I don't agree. Look, I don't mind if any fan. Look, if any, it's like I've always said on my channel. No matter how bad and how things can get like with being Arteta out and how frustrating it could be, right? Either way, if you're Arteta in or you're Arteta out, right, whether you're a rival or whatever, you can all have your say in it, still get heard and respected, right? As long as you're respectful to others. Two is that with my agenda with the manager, my agenda is just because my agenda is not with the manager. My agenda is for the club. I want the club to win. That is my agenda. Right? I couldn't care if it was Bob the Builder, right, managing the club. I couldn't care, but who managed my football club? Like in the end, I want Arsenal to win games. Right? If it was Mikel
Absolutely.
Arteta that went all the way and won us the Premier League, I'll be the first one to put my hands up and go, I got it wrong. I'm sorry. I got it wrong. You did us prove us wrong.
Absolutely.
And I want him to prove me wrong. Right?
Yeah.
But you
But
know,
I don't
like,
agree. I've met some fans on this YouTube thing, right? Online or whatever, that are so against him that even if he won a title, right? And actually, I'll call him out. Jonathan Johnson's one of them. Mate,
I
I
didn't
don't
hear
care.
that.
I
Like,
don't, mate. I
I
don't care.
want no
Mate, the
drama on
guy's,
my
mate,
channel.
the guy won.
I
He won't cause
don't
any
know who you're
drama.
talking about. So it's,
Yeah, but he
please don't
won't
say the
cause
name
any.
again.
He won't cause any drama. But you're
Jesus.
you're quite
You,
happy.
Steven, would bring
I
drama.
don't care. I don't care.
I
King,
said
Like,
it.
the
King, do
guy
you see
winds
what
me
I have
up.
to deal with,
The
King?
guy
Do you see
winds
what
me
I have
up.
to
Like
deal with?
he's sitting there saying, even
Ah,
if we won a
Steven.
Premier, even if you win a Premier League, Arteta, right? I still want you out. No,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's
That's
an
an agenda.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
agendas.
yeah.
I can't stand that. And it's simple as that. You worry about your agenda and your love for your agenda and being right, rather than your love for your football club. Right?
Yes, some people hate Arteta more than they love Arsenal.
Well, you're
And
not a
that's the
fan.
problem.
You're not a fan for
And-
me.
And some people love Arteta more than they love
More-
Arsenal as well.
And
Like
that's also a big
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
I
it's
mean,
a
some
huge problem.
people,
It's a huge problem.
you cannot say anything positive about Arteta, then you are delusional and you don't know anything about football. If I, for example, say that, but I like the fact that we have a young team. Oh no, you're delusional. Oh no, he's lucky. Oh no, this. But it's like, okay, but with some, it's the opposite. It's like you can't say anything wrong about Arteta. If I said that, but we shouldn't have lost to Brighton and he shouldn't have played Xhaka left back, they would be like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. This stat is telling us that Xhaka is a better left back than he is, and it becomes like, come on, like, guys, we are supposed to support Arsenal. If the manager does wrong, let's call him out. And when he does right, let's praise him for doing what's right. Because at the end of the day, this energy to always look at the negative and pinpoint it and be negative, it takes a lot.
Yeah. Yo, big up BX. Thank you, my man. You've been following us so thoroughly. I appreciate the support. I really do, man. You've been
Yeah.
fantastic to us. I appreciate that. Whenever you want to join the stream live, please, you're gonna be very welcome. But yeah, we have to move on from the Arteta topic. If you just got here, all four of us are really happy that he signed a new deal. Missed out on that.
Especially Steven.
Excuse me.
Especially Steven.
Especially
We're all
Steven,
very
yeah.
happy. We're all very happy. Anthony was even telling us how he tripped and fell on something just because he read the news and he was so happy and excited. Okay,
Yeah, and then he fell off the
so
friggin' roof.
okay, right. So we're playing Leeds next. If you look at a couple rounds ago, if you looked at the remaining games we had, like this is supposed to be the easiest game because there's a good chance that Everton's still going to be fighting for their lives right in the last round. So this is supposed to be the simplest game we have. How are you guys feeling about this? We did, yeah, that's the thing. We lost 3 games that we're supposed to lose, and we won 3 games that, well, we're supposed to win one of them, but they were supposed to be 3 hard games. So starting with you, Anthony, how are your feelings towards this game? Are you confident? Do you feel like we're going to get the 4th win in a row?
Well, to be honest with you, yeah, I am confident. I feel that we can, beat Leeds United. If it does, if I had to give a scoreline, I would most probably say somewhere in the region of 2-1, because Leeds are going to be coming out fighting. I mean,
You
obviously, because
know,
they want to.
Anthony always does that. Like I have a banner here for score predictions. He always
Oh,
like
okay.
throws it out of
Sorry,
the
Yeah,
window.
Anthony, honestly, man.
It's all good.
sorry.
It's all good. We'll do them both at the same time. So what'd you say,
But
2-1 or 3-1?
I reckon 2-1. Leeds are going to be
2-1.
coming out because they want to stay up. But the good news is
Why does it keep
if
making
Arsenal
that
beats Leeds United, yeah, that's it for Man United. They can't claim fourth spot. So this is why I want it done. And also, I think to be honest with you, it is gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game, end to end stuff, but it's only gonna be won by the odd goal. So I fancy the 3 points. So I think we can make it 4 wins in a row.
Right. Right. Thank you, King. Thoughts for the game?
I think it's going to be a tough game, and the reason why is because Leeds like to press, and a lot of our players who are press resistant are injured at the time. So that worries me a bit. That we don't have Thomas Partey, we don't have Tierney. I'm not even sure if Ben White is going to play. Hopefully, Tomiyasu plays because Arteta said that he's fine. So I think it's going to be a tight game. I think it's going to be quite nervous. We've seen a few games where we look nervous. I still think we'll win, but I think Leeds is definitely going to give us a hard game. But yeah, I'm looking forward for the game, and we really need to win. We really need to turn up.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Just to keep the same rhythm here, what are your score predictions for this game? What's your score prediction?
I reckon 2-1 as well. We
2-1.
haven't kept a clean sheet for a long time,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah. So you agree with Cuz there. Steven, my man, how comfortable are you for this game? How are you
It's not
feeling?
going to be easy at all, to be honest. I'm not comfortable right now with it because, yeah, Leeds are not the same team that we played when we beat them.
Yeah.
When we beat them 5-1, I believe it was, at their
it
ground.
was.
But Bielsa ball is not there anymore, and their form is mix and match at the minute. And it depends on what he wants to play with. If I think Leeds will try and do what Brighton, Southampton, and Palace did. Well, more Southampton and Brighton did, to be honest, which is pack out the midfield. Palace knew they could press and actually take us on with our midfield, but actually, Brighton and Southampton knew the only way they could do it was swamp the midfield, and knowing how slow our midfield is. So there's a reason why, I'm worried because for me, there's something different. I feel that he needs to start with, and I'm trying to quickly do this at the minute. So, but
Okay.
it's
While you do that, let me just say we need to come out the gates firing, says BX, and he predicts a 2-0 victory. I agree with both statements actually.
Well, this is what I've had in mind really for the game, and I'll just go quickly share that actually.
Okay.
Right, so this is the lineup I would have gone with. Now, people did say about Smith Rowe playing number 8, and he didn't do
Sorry,
a very
I
good job.
thought I-
Now, I'd like to. Now, the situation we're in is because, like, if we play Xhaka and Elneny together in here, we're
Yeah.
too slow. So everyone just swamps the midfield, and then we can't break out and transition quick enough, and we end up being dispossessed or losing the ball too easily, or basically pressured off the ball. So if we've got someone who can act as basically our Partey, shall we say, right, and be that person who can bring the ball up to Odegaard, because Elneny and Xhaka won't do it, right, because they're too defensive and too slow, right. Smith Rowe's tough. He's got more pace. He can actually do probably the better job out of him and Odegaard. So he could bring the ball forward to Odegaard. You got then you've got Odegaard who can then do his thing with Pepe, Saka, and then you've got Martinelli up front, who's actually a bloody decent shot of the ball compared to as much as Nketiah might have had a couple of few good games. He's doing exactly the same as what Lacazette is, which is holding up the ball, bringing others into play, and also conceding, giving us cheap free kicks to start off from to relieve the pressure, which is not what a striker needs to do. There, he needs to be scoring goals. So Martinelli for me would be do a better job. So that's how I would start my lineup right now, because as something different. I know he won't do it because he's that stubborn. Right? No doubt he will probably play a 4-3-3 like he did last week. I don't want to see that 4-3-3 again with that lineup.
I mean, we're doing well on time, so I'm actually like I'm not gonna give you not gonna ask for your score prediction just yet, just because I disagree with so many things you did there. Like I hate Xhaka as much as anyone does, right? Like I know, like no one likes him. His family doesn't like him. No one likes Granit Xhaka.
And then he's been playing better.
Okay, but dude, Granit Xhaka was just voted Player of the Month, and I feel like fairly so. He's been playing well. Dropping him right now makes no sense. Even if you're looking to sell him, let him play a couple more games.
That's last month, mate. That's last month. This is this month. Right, in the last couple of games, he's not been as good as Elneny. So if you're going to pick the one out of two,
we're in the sixth. We're in the sixth, Stephen. We didn't play any games in May yet. Or if we have, we played one.
Wait, hang on a minute. With
hang on.
Out of the two games that Elneny's been part of, right, he's played better than him.
But both of them playing well.
I'd take out of the two. I would take him. He's more trustworthy for me.
I think your 11 doesn't have balance. I think whenever Smith Rowe plays as a number 8 or in a 3, the teams just run through him.
But we need more pace in that midfield. So how do we do it?
Yeah, but the thing is this, as I was saying, the thing is when Smith Rowe plays as a number 8, he can't defend in the center. He doesn't understand where he needs to position himself. And the team gets unbalanced, and we get attack upon attack upon attack. And Arteta have said that he wants Smith Rowe to become a number 8, and he's played him a few times as a number 8, but he's not ready yet to be a number 8. And I think that where we are now in the season, I wouldn't risk such an important game to try him as a number 8. I rather play him as a left winger if I need to play him, honestly. But I wouldn't play him as a number 8. I know that Xhaka and Lenny.
1 second, I'll give you the word soon.
Yeah, I know that Xhaka and Lenny is not the most flair and interesting midfield.
It's the least glamorous partnership ever, but
100%. But now that Granit plays a bit higher up of the pitch, he gets to do what he's good at, which is passing. We know that he's slow. We know that he's not mobile. We know that he got mistakes in him, but when he plays higher, he doesn't get exposed as before, and we see a better Granit. And I think you can say that without being a Granit fanboy or being like, "Oh, you're delusional. He's useless. He's that." Like he's playing better. Do we need better? Yes.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Xhaka, but that's the thing. Like people can't be embarrassed of saying he's playing well. Like he has. It's a fact. He's been playing all right. I want him gone because he has a mistake in him, because I don't feel like he's a very professional player, but I don't feel like he respects Arsenal enough. Like I just don't like I don't like him. I think we need better there, but he's been one of our better players. He's been one of our better players for a couple of months now, not just last month. So I don't think. And the other thing I disagree. I mean, it doesn't matter because I'd play Xhaka and Elneny. And BX agrees because he feels like they complement each other. But the thing is, by the way, hi Static, big up my man. Sorry,
that
really fast, but Static in the house, big up legend.
Yeah, he's Arteta's biggest fan, by the way.
Yeah, biggest fan. But what I was saying is, one thing I strongly disagree with you is that you said Smith Rowe's a better number 8 than Odegaard, and I can't see that. Like
No,
Odegaard,
I
yeah,
just feel we've played Odegaard in that position before and it ain't worked. So I thought
yeah,
Smith Rowe might be an option to try. I didn't say he's
uh,
better
a
than him.
different gamble. Yeah, yeah, no, I know you didn't say better player,
It's just
but
we
in
need
that
more pace in
position,
our midfield because otherwise Leeds will do exactly what Brighton and Southampton did, which is play five across the middle, swamp us out, and give us no time on the ball, right, or time to transition because we're too slow. That's my feeling.
Yeah.
right.
But where you want about playing Smith? Where did you say you play Smith Rowe, Steve?
Next
Stephen?
to
Where
El
did you say?
Nene.
Next to on any here, let me put this
Honestly,
back.
play him in a double
Look,
pivot,
I play here. Look,
but I don't think he can do what he's good
No,
at.
I think to be honest with you, he's that's too deep for him.
Yeah, I
Hmm,
agree.
I agree. I
I know
agree.
it's too
That is
deep for
too.
him. I know it's too deep for him usually, but unfortunately, it's like with situation we're in with Partey out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I mean
Trust me, I'm not
Smith
doing
Rowe
this,
to
but
me
saying
is
like I'm not saying this because I'm absolutely like saying like he's better than Partey. We should be playing him every week. It's only because we've got a problem in that midfield.
yeah, I know, but
and
I personally think Smith Rowe's he's better just in behind the striker.
hmm.
That's his best position, Smith Rowe.
Yeah, he scores
Oh,
So
goals.
that's
So who
I
could we
think his
put
best
in there
position
that would
is left
be?
wing.
Who could we
Like
put in
that's
there that's more pacey then?
We don't have
We
what
a
tried
best.
the
pacey central
we
midfielder we
tried
could put in
Lokonga.
there
We
because
tried
Lokonga is not
Lokonga,
fast anyway. It's not like
and
Lokonga
he
is
no,
fast.
complements Xhaka too much. He's exactly the same as Xhaka in a sense,
Yeah,
right?
but Shaka is better than Lokonga. I
Yeah,
think.
but they're like two similar players, and it didn't work. That's why it
Yeah,
didn't work against
I
both
think
of them.
that's why. But if you look at it, the Brighton game, Granit played left back, and we lost the total control of the midfield. When we play against Southampton, he was back in midfield, and we controlled the game. We conceded from the corner, and we missed hella
Yeah,
chances. I don't think the midfield was the problem. And then we went on and won 3 games in a row. So, and and West Ham has way better midfielders than Leeds. He was playing well against Suchek and Rice. So I wouldn't change the midfield structure yet. I
mm,
haven't seen anything that suggests to me that we just have to change it.
yeah,
I
no,
mean I can
I
understand what
agree.
Stephen's saying and what both cousins saying. Because I mean, Shaka for me he played really well against Man United, and last week I mean El Lenny played. He was good against West Ham as well. So I can understand both points of view. Look, but I mean to be honest with you, I mean is Party's back in now, isn't he? So
No,
No,
at least
he's just running on bikes. I think he missed the whole season, honestly,
he missed the
unfortunately.
whole
I,
season, would he?
I don't know why we try to bring him back if he's like 4 games to go, dude. Don't risk injuring him for next season. So
Oh, he
No.
will.
I'd keep him out. I'd keep him
Yeah.
out. Okay, BX, you said a lot of like I agreed with everything you've said up to this point. Like that's a little bit too much. It's it's a little bit too much. It's overdoing it a bit, but he's got huge potential. Huge
And
potential.
I think they got different skill set. I think
Yeah.
Freddie was a runner, run from behind, open space, hard worker, uh, big game player, running through shoulders. Press. I think Smith Rowe got more skills set than Freddie, but he's not as developed as Freddie. But it's going to be interesting to see in a couple of years' time if he's gonna become more of a number 8, or is he gonna become a false 9, or is he gonna continue as a left winger? It's going to be interesting to see where he ends up.
Absolutely. I think he's got the skills needed to become a good number 8, but he's not ready just yet.
Yeah.
That's my stance on him. But and the last thing, Steven, like a couple like 5 rounds ago, I'd have totally sided with you on the Martinelli up top thing. But dude, 4 games to go. He hasn't improvised anyone up top yet. Don't see that happening, and I kind of don't want to anymore. I hate
Waves.
Nketiah, dude.
No, but
But
we need
but
someone especially in the North London derby. You really want Ken K off on the North London derby?
I
Really?
mean,
But he did it against Chelsea. The thing with Eddie is that he will press and he will run and
Yeah.
he will run behind. We saw even against West Ham, he was running
Yeah,
behind.
but
He
that's
had a
that
couple of
one-off
chances.
game that he has, and then that's
Yeah, but
it.
he
No, no,
pressed.
no,
I'm
no,
not
no.
saying that he's
The one
wonderful,
thing, the one
but
thing
he's a
Nketiah
presser.
is consistent at is that he bugs the shit out of the defenders. He makes them uncomfortable. Like he's someone that's gonna give them a hard time. Like
Oh.
he defends from up top. Like
Yeah, but
he's a
how many
nuisance.
chances? Yeah,
He's a
but how many
nuisance.
chances do we have to bloody give him? I
Yeah, but
think
that's not.
Martinelli's more
But
clinical.
but the thing is, I feel like when Martinelli plays at top, we don't get the best out of him. I think when he plays on the wing, he
Because he doesn't get
terrorizes wingers.
services.
Yeah, but then again, so why play him at top then if he doesn't get
We'll play
service?
Smith Rowe on the left. You could play Smith Rowe on the left, for example.
But
Trouble is,
I
though, I
don't know.
do agree. I do agree with Stephen. I don't rate Eddie Nketiah.
No, he's
No
not
one
I
good.
think
does.
He needs someone.
he's,
No
I
one's
don't think
saying
he's a,
anyone rates
no,
him.
he's a
He needs the
championship
league.
player. I mean,
Yeah, at
he
best.
was gifted the goal against Chelsea, wasn't he? Obviously, he was gifted that one, but the
He
first goal.
wasn't
But
gifted. He
He
bugged the
pressed.
defense and got the goals.
yeah, but
But the,
there was a slight gif in that one. Come
No,
on,
yeah,
there
but
in
was
they
the
a
made
slight
second
mistakes,
gif.
one,
but
the
he
first
forced
one
the
was a good
mistakes.
one.
He forced the mistakes.
Yeah. But anyway, I
Yeah,
think
but
with Eddie, is one of them. We know that he's limited. We know that he's not a very skillful player. He's not gonna take the ball and dribble past 3, 4. He's not about that
That's what
life.
I'm saying, man.
But when he plays, he will run, he will press, and he will try and run behind strikers. And I think that Martinelli, he's so good on the wing.
What about Pepe
And
then? Because you said you
but
put
Pep,
Pepe up front.
but Pepe is not gonna play. So it's
Yeah, I
like
know.
I've been crying for Pepe to play more central for 2 years. The manager doesn't want to play him, and he's not gonna play him now, will he?
No.
So it's like I've
He'll
given
do
up
what he'll
on
do.
Pepe.
He'll
I
play him
think
if we confirm.
he's
If we confirm top four, for example, if we beat Tottenham, for example, right,
Yeah.
and they've lost against Liverpool, that confirms top four, right?
yeah.
That's when we'll play Pepe.
I'm not even sure if he plays even then.
No,
Honestly,
I think
I
he'll
don't think
do
he will,
that just to
Stephen.
say bye bye.
Yeah,
He'll
but
do
that
it.
to me
this manager.
that's a bit of an insult on Pepe because
No,
in all
but he doesn't
fairness,
care. He doesn't care
I
about
know he
Pepe.
don't care. He hasn't been given the chance, has he?
I know.
And
That's what I'm
I
saying.
think there's more to it for a manager not to play a player like that. I think there's more to it
Yeah, but I think
between
that's
him and Pep, between Arteta and Pepe. There's more to it than what everybody's saying and what we know.
yeah.
So that's all I can think of
I
on that
think he
on
will.
that
I think
reason.
he'll do it just for spite. I think he will.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
but
I think with
Uh,
Pepe,
We've done it
I
before.
think
He's
it's
done it before,
deeper than we
guys.
know. It could be something in his contract. It could be that they don't get along in training. But the thing with Pepe as well is that sometimes, as much as I like him, I get disappointed
It's
by him
quality.
because sometimes he's just so sloppy on the ball and he just
yeah,
gets rid of it in very dangerous positions. And sometimes he looks like he's a world beater, but it's like he's in his prime. And
Yeah.
in his prime, if he can't even be playing games, then there's something more to it. I don't think it's just that he's not good enough. I think there's something else because he doesn't even get subbed in anymore. If
Yeah.
you've noticed,
Yeah.
he doesn't get subbed in.
Someone that I care very deeply about actually talks about Pepe here, but I just want to big up ads, mate. Glad to have you back on the comment section, my man. Miss you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing great,
Might
as a
be
matter
doing
of
well.
fact. And
yeah,
well, just shoot
that's
me a message whenever you want to talk, my man. It's glad to, I'm very glad to have you here. Unbiased TV as well. Um, big up. Ads thinks Pepe's a class player.
Absolutely agree with him.
I just feel like it's a mismatch or like I don't know. Anyway, but come on, you
with when
guys,
next
unbiased
season
We
when he
got
TV.
goes to
Josh.
West Ham.
I think next season he's not going to be here. I'm pretty sure he's going to be sold this summer.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo,
I think he might go to West Ham. I think
oh, he
West
might
Ham
go to
wants
West
him.
Ham. Okay,
Yeah,
okay. If you guys want to be
What was that
successful with
other comment?
Martinelli, don't play him every week. He'll burn out. I actually
Absolutely
kind of
agree.
agree with that. Like he needs to be rested a little more.
Yeah.
What
I
was that
think the
previous?
same about
What
Saka.
was that
Yeah.
previous comment?
Yeah, I agree.
Yo,
I think
Steven, how are you, brother?
Yeah, I'm alright. I'm just like just trying to stay out of the hospital in a minute.
Yeah, but do you, I've seen one thing with Pepe as well is that
King
Pepe is a
Said, one of the Arsenal
counter.
kid. Things you love to see.
Pepe is a very counter-attacking player. So when we have space and he can counter, he's so good, and he is like one of the best in the league. I think he got the best finishing in the squad. I don't think we have another player who's better at finishing in front of the goal than Pepe. But I think the problem with Pepe is that in everything else that you want from your winger, even when sometimes when he's taking on and is supposed to dribbling, they just take it so easy from him. I don't know if it is the Premier League that's the issue. I don't know if it is the confidence that's the issue. But sometimes I look at him and I wonder, come on, man, I've believed in you, back you, do more, do more, do more.
Yeah.
But it's hard to, tell exactly what is wrong. Is it the wrong good player, wrong team, or good player, wrong league? I don't know.
Yeah. Or even wrong manager, right? Like,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like
I
team and
reckon it's the
management kind of.
manager. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a clash there. I don't think they like one. I think it's come to a personal basis between the both of them. That's where I reckon it's come from. It's nothing else. It's nothing else. If a manager does not play you, doesn't even bring you on like 20 minutes left of the game or something like that. Do you know what I mean? It's got to be somewhat personal. And
I've
seriously,
made that joke. I've made that joke multiple times, but I don't watch training, so I can't I can never truly say that with confidence, right? Like you can also like you can talk about a bunch of things. Like he can just be like a total mismatch. He doesn't do what Arteta needs him to do, even in training. Like we can't be sure. So it becomes speculation. But I get it though. I get how a lot of people feel like it's personal because Pepe is a quality player. No going around
yeah,
that. Like you can't. But just Steven, start preparing the score prediction in your mind because I just want to read a couple of comments here. We're
Yeah.
getting close to wrapping up. So BX says Martinelli, Eddie Balogun would benefit of a good striking coach. Maybe a past striker could come in and work with them. That always sounds very glamorous. It doesn't always work, but you always like seeing someone that was successful in the past come back to coach like younger kids. Adzil says, ads, my man. I think Martinelli's a good player, but I've seen people say he's better than Rashford and even random world class. He ain't that. I mean, if you're talking about prime Rashford, no, Martinelli hasn't reached that high. I think right now Martinelli's comfortably better than Rashford, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't swap them. But if you're talking prime Rashford, no. But Martinelli's younger, right? Like
At,
he's
Yeah,
only
at the
it's
moment,
younger,
at the
more
moment, is
potential, but
mm,
Rashford has done more. But that's
yeah, he's
another
done
mm,
more.
player
He's done more.
who needs to move on.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, the end of
Yeah.
I can't go that far. Pepe being wasted, absolutely. I mean, I would have loved for him to play a lot
Well,
more.
yeah. I mean,
yeah,
Pepe is such a like. Pepe is just like for me. It's such a shame because he's such a talent as well. When you get him on the ball, I remember when he first turned up at the club when he played against Liverpool. Like he even made Van Dijk drop back 5 yards. Right, and you don't usually see that from top forwards. Don't usually get Van Dijk to do that. Like they were petrified of him. So he on his and then for West Ham, I think it was away where he bent one in the top bench, just leaves me cutting his inside and bent it. He's got people saying he has a, and then it just does completely goes against this whole thing about he's got no IQ or anything like that. It's like it's
Ask Luke
just
Shaw.
mate. I'm not going to start on that, but
Pepe's turned him up so many times.
yeah, but like Martinelli is currently and if he carries on the way he is, he could become a top class, maybe even a world class player. If
I
he needs
believe
the
it.
right coaching, he needs the right manager. He probably needs the right manager, the right coaching around him. Could do as someone who's experienced in front of him to learn off. Same as Saka, and the same as like say like how people like had it's like how I think was it Adebayor they had Henri to learn off before he left, for example, and then you can see him when he opened his body out and puts it in the bottom corner. It's
Yeah.
exactly like it was exactly like Henri. It's just that it's sometimes you have that's what experience can give you, and that's one thing I think Arsenal just need that for next season. As much as they need top quality, they need experience in their team. Right, that's why if the Ronaldo deal's still out, it's still out there. Go and get it. Right, it's absolutely like I'd take him a year, 2 year contract. Right, Champions League experience, Premier League experience. Right, and knows how to be a proper leader. So, but yeah, I think Martinelli, like in terms of where he can go, I think he can do better than what even Rashford's managed to achieve. But it
I think so too.
depends. It depends on how well he develops.
Yeah. Yeah, I think his potential is a lot higher than Rashford's. Actually, it's no guarantee that he's going to reach it, but I think he could become a
It's just
much better player. I think like you're
it's the
talking
same with a
about
lot
a
of players
totally
as
different
well.
shelf. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. When you're young, like it's really tough to call.
Yeah,
The
but he
ex-gunner
has that
says that
hunger
Ten Hag.
though that
Yeah,
you
he
don't
does.
see.
He does,
You see it.
and he
You
has
don't
a
even see
much better
it.
mindset than young Brazilian players usually do.
Can I
So
make
it's
just
it's
make a
it's
point as
exciting to
well?
see.
Is that unlike Smith Rowe,
Why am
the
I
difference
blinking?
I don't know, the difference I
Go
see
ahead.
with Smith Rowe, Saka, and Martinelli is that Martinelli, every time he gets on the pitch, I've even seen it from Saka at times this season where he's not affected the game right very well, or even maybe Smith Rowe at
Yo,
times.
hurry up because I want to stay within the hour.
Martinelli, every bloody time he gets on the pitch, he immediately impacts the game. He always makes defenders scared, and always is, no matter how low on confidence he is or how poor he's been in a game, he's always willing to take someone on and try and beat a man.
He's
So,
a game
and
changer. He could
that's
change a
what I'm
game.
saying.
I miss
Yeah, but
Mel.
that's what I'm saying. And
I
if he
miss
carries
Mel.
on the way he is, he will. He
Time as
keeps
well.
doing that. He's going to be on to great things. Beyond, but
All
big up
right,
Miss Mel.
Steven, score prediction, where to find you, and thank you. I really want to stay within the hour.
I said 1-0 on my channel for my
1 0.
previews, so I'm going to say 1-0. But yeah. If you don't know already, S-Feetly TV, Arsenal football content. It's all to raise Children's Liberty Foundation. The other, the thanks to Miss Mel doing brilliant planning and everything. The charity stream we did in March, at the beginning of March, we raised. We've now got that payment through, which came through, which was £112 in total, along with all the money that we raised on the actual day. So it makes it £2,102 after donating literally 80% of that. So that's £2,100 since we started the channel, which was back in June in 2020. So yeah, and it just we'll just keep growing it until we get to 3,000 and keep on going from there. But please hit the like button and subscribe button to here, but also hit the like button, subscribe button to S Feetly TV, and also hit the membership button as well if you want to help donate every month to the charity. So little, it's such a little donation makes such a big difference. But also check out the F1 channel as well for tomorrow because we got 8 o'clock in the evening. It's the 9 o'clock in the evening. It's qualifying for the Miami Grand Prix. So make sure you check out that as well on S Feetly F1.
All right. All right. Well, that wasn't nearly as fast as I needed it to be, but the
Sorry, I
voice it was
couldn't go
beautiful,
any
and
faster.
thank you for being here, my man. Uh, I hadn't seen that before.
Do you know what? I had
Saeed,
to
my
delete
man.
that off of mine.
What are you up to, my man? And thank you
Yeah,
so much for being here.
as you can see, Steven, he loves
Shut
Arteta.
up.
They write letters to each other. It's so
Yeah,
cute,
shut
their
up.
They
relationship.
do.
But yeah, you can find me on SFeedly TV. And you're gonna find me here also quite often on Fridays as well. I'm gonna try and be more consistent. And it was a great show. And thanks you for everybody that's tuned in, who's liked and shared. Pick up yourself.
Yes, big up everyone. Big up, King. Thank you so much, as always. Always a pleasure to have royalty in the house and family. My cousin, what are you up to, my man?
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. My name, Anthony Herbert. You can also find me, yeah, on Dugout Daily, um, Leicester Till I Die, every now and then. You can also find me on Football United TV, and also you can find me on Speaky TV as well. So if you can like, subscribe to that channel, and if you haven't called Stephen a knob on it yet, why not? So
Shut
you
up.
know.
You-
All
But yeah,
right.
make sure
Course.
you make a donation as well.
Thank you, BX, for that nice comment. And yeah, that was it. Let me take that guy off screen, off the full screen. Thank you so much for being here. Went slightly over the hour. Maddie's probably gonna yell at me tomorrow, but we're gonna get
Oh,
past
come
it.
on.
And it's fine. It's fine. I'm kidding. Maddie never
Is he
yells,
having a good
but he's the
holiday,
best
cuz?
best dude
Is
in
he
the
having a
world.
good holiday?
What? Yeah. He had a
He's
good
having a
time.
good holiday. Yeah.
Exactly.
I've seen
He's
a
not
few of
by
his
any.
videos.
Okay, I'm gonna finish the stream before Anthony says something like I feel something dangerous
Yeah.
coming.
No. I just
Yeah.
said I've seen a few of his videos on Instagram, and he does good video when he's abroad. Good content.
Guys,
So
thank you so much for watching us for slightly over the hour. Thank you for supporting the chat. We'll see you guys back next week. Yeah, thank you so
Yeah.
much. Ciao.
Ciao.